Yeah, so a lot of forward folds. Our sun salutations that we do in this practice, I'll give you the option today to add onto our little lunge, the forward fold as well. Try to reach back and reach forward with your head on that one. Other than that, let's have some fun. Forward fold, forward fall. I don't know if I want my shirt on or off. I had my pants on inside out earlier. That was embarrassing. Okay, let's get started. Let's find some space between our feet, opening up across our hearts, closing our eyes, and settling into our breath. We'll unlock our knees, press down into both of our heels. Notice all 10 of our toes. And breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, or any other way that feels comfortable for you. Using our breath throughout our yoga practice as an anchor. We can also use that as an anchor for our daily life as well. Let's bring one hand to our belly, one hand to our heart, and practice belly breathing today. So normally when we breathe in, we take a big breath and we just seem to puff up our chests. So try today to let that bottom hand lift first. So let your belly expand like a balloon. It's okay. And then exhale, you're pushing that air up and out your body, right from the base of your lungs. Inhale, feeling your belly expand. Exhaling, feeling the air coming up and out. Wonderful. Let's move into our flowing mountain now, reaching our arms up to the sky on a breath in. Exhale, bringing the hands back to down to the earth. Inhale, sweeping and reaching. Exhale, reaching for the earth. Moving with your breath. Challenging our balance by closing our eyes. Keeping our awareness within. A few more of those. If it feels nice for you, touching your thumbs together up at the top of your movement. And speaking of balance, let's reach up and come onto our toes in our mountain. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. Well, 5 more of those. Taking care of your shoulders. Whoa. Last one. Just going about a quarter of the way down into our fold. So just a quarter of the way down and then reaching back up. Exhale, hinging just a quarter of the way, softening our knees, back up, breathe in. So if you'd like to today, you can add on the heel lift as you reach forward, widening through the sit bones. Inhale, come up. Exhale, looking over the edge of our mat. Back up. Our forward falling. Our core keeping us from falling forward. Last one, and we'll start to turn that into our halfway down. Heels are down on the ground this time. Big breath up, inhale. Exhale, hinging. So our flowing forward airplane. So if you're healing your shoulders, we'll keep our hands at our heart if you're taking care of your shoulders. Diving forward, lengthening. And if it feels nice for you, you can do a full forward fold now. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, diving forward. All on your own. If it feels nice for your back, adding in a little back bend at the top. Just going to grab the chair so that I can show the options for anyone using a chair today, at home or in person. You could be on your chair, forward folding. Last one of those forward folds. Let's bring it all the way back up. Inhale. Bring our hands back behind us. Open up into chest expansion. Feel the heart open up, softening through our knees. Breathe. Maybe some space between our teeth, letting our jaws relax. And forward fold as an option. Shaking our head gently no to any judgment today. We'll all release our hands wherever they are, sweep them back up, inhale. Cross our hands and bring our fingers to either our earlobes or our shoulders. So we're going to add that little bit of fun brain work onto our chair pose. So let's inhale, sitting back into chair. Exhale, coming up. Flowing at your own pace, inhaling down, exhaling up, which is the opposite of what we normally do. Last one. Wonderful. Sweep it all the way up. Grab a hold of that right hand, tipping over to our left, stretching our wrist. Oh, same song again. Should be on shuffle. Sorry, ladies. It's a great song, but we don't want to hear it for an hour. All right, let's bring our hands to our hips. Take that right toe and put it, touch our left heel before we do the other side. So if it feels really unsteady, of course, go to more of a mountain foot. So we try to kiss the toes to the back there, soften up our knees a little bit, press both of our feet down, and then we're going to close our eyes for 30 seconds and just check in with how our balance is. We'll start now. Maybe keeping track of how many times we have to open our eyes or adjust. Anchor your breath. Anchoring our feet. And release. Big breath up, inhale. Let's grab a hold of our left hand, tipping over to the left. Pressing into our left foot still. Feeling the stretch between our rib cage. It's actually more of a basket, rib basket. Wonderful extension again. Now the left toes will go to the back of our right foot. We'll lift up again and just check in with our balance here, bringing our hands to the top of our hips, our ilium. And then choosing maybe to close our eyes and settle in. The core supporting the spine, both of our feet anchoring down, our breath. Feeling all your little muscle fibers just working so hard to keep us steady. And we'll relax. Oh, make sure you're breathing. Let's tuck our thumbs in and give our wrists a little bit of love. Sorry, Pauline, I know you have a broken wrist. Just do one. I know you are. I know, she got hurt at work. Let's tuck our hands together and make some nice movements here. Wonderful. All right, bring the hands to the hips. Let's step our left foot back so that we turn towards the beautiful windows here. We've got some space between our feet. So we're going to do right into sunflowers today as a part of our focus of folding, hinging down, bending our knees. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, hinging forward. So some modifications for this are to keep your hands at your heart, hands at your hips, or you could be seated on your chair. Last one of those. We'll be making our way back up to the tops of our mats. Big, beautiful breath up. As we turn our toes towards the front edge, big breath. Halfway down, exhale. Inhaling back up. Exhale, folding fully this time. The halfway lift, think of the back and the core drawing up your torso. Exhale, folding again. Sweeping to sky, pressing into our feet, reaching arms up. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Little back bend if you want to, and exhale to mountain pose. Let's do a few more of those sun breaths. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive into fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Sweeping all the way up. Maybe a little back bend there. We'll go into chair, exhale. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. One more big, beautiful breath up. Halfway down, airplane. Breathe in, back up. Breathe out, diving into fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Press into your amazing feet, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. And meet in our mountain pose. Wonderful. So let's take our left foot back. A little bit of just wanted to show you our lunge because we're going to step into a lunge today as part of our sun breath. Then we're going to flow back. So we come into our lunge, bending our right knee. If you're using a chair, got underneath your backside. Let's rise up with our hands. And then little peek over front of that toe. Back up, breathe in. And again. Got about 5 more of those, all on your own. The front leg stays bent. It's the spine that's moving forward. And then back up. On our next one, forward folding. Some space between our feet. And then we'll step the right foot back this time, bend our left knee and rise up into our lunge on this side. Reaching up. And then adding that fold in, or that little reach forward. Our left knee keeping bent. As that head is reaching forward, think of the hands reaching back. Really getting a nice stretch today through our lower back, our whole back of our body for forward folds. On the next one, a full forward fold again. Let's all bend our knees nice and deep and rest our bellies right on our legs and let our heads be heavy. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Bending our knees, taking your left foot back. Dropping the back heel, we're rising up into a warrior two. So the left arm is going to come up, sweep back, palm faces down. Our right arm reaching forward, bending our right knee. Breathe. Nice and warm in the sun today. Breathe. Closing our eyes if it feels okay for us. Letting go of any negativity, any judgment towards ourselves or others today. Bending our right elbow, placing it on our right knee, reaching our left arm up, or that left hand will come back behind you if you're taking care of your back here. You could reach it towards me as well if you wanted to. little more extension, reaching through the fingertips and a nice press into that back foot. So you feel the stretch here. And we'll open that palm up again to the window, reaching up for the sky, straightening out our right leg into triangle pose. So this is where a block can be really helpful, or your chair. So a block or a chair underneath our right hand, or nothing, right? Of whatever works for you. This is your yoga practice. I'm just here to give you some guidelines. Looking down at the right toes. Now we'll turn the right toes towards the window as well and make our way into a wide forward fold, letting the head be heavy, or our hands are on blocks. Now I learned in the last class, this is the best spot to be to guide you through this pose so we can all see each other again. So some options. If you tend to get dizzy a lot, just keep the head up, hands on blocks, or we'll reach the hands back, the wrists back, the fingertips point to where our toes are, and we're trying to bend our elbows. Or peace fingers for big toes, so lots of modifications. Or hands to hips, or chest expansion, whatever works for you. We've got a little bend in our knees, so we don't want to push them back. A few more breaths. If you feel dizzy, then you'll come halfway up and rest your hands on a block. Sorry, Pauline, I'm back. So our wide leg forward fold with a few options. We'll take our gaze back towards the right toe, turn the right toe back towards the front of the mat, lift our left heels, we turn towards the front foot and push to forward fold. Let the head be heavy again, and let's flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rising up, reaching for the sun. Exhaling to chair. Inhaling back up. Exhale, airplane. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain pose. So let's do our eagle pose before we do our sequence on the other side. So your block will be on your right side, or you've got your chair either on this side or on this side for balance. Our left foot will walk around until maybe it comes to the block or to the floor or tucks back behind our calf. Bending our right knee. So there's a bend in that supporting leg. Breathe. And then our left hand elbow coming up, tucking our right elbow underneath, lifting up our elbows to about shoulder height, and then maybe just giving yourself a little lovely hug here, or palms coming together into our eagle arms. Breathing. Whatever works for your eagle. We're finding some strength in our inner thighs. Your right foot, your right ankle. Good, let's release and take that left foot all the way back. Well, not all the way. You want the heel to come down onto the mat. And then we've got some space between those feet. We'll find our amazing hips again and hinge into a pyramid pose. Breathe. Taking care of our knees, feeling how our spines are reacting to these poses, modifying them. Turning this into a revolved triangle pose. So those left toes now are going to just go a little bit out to the long edge of your mat. And your left hand will go down towards your right shin, or it'll reach across to a block, and the other hand is reaching up. revolved triangle. So if this feels uncomfortable for your top arm, we want to keep the chest open so that palm is facing the long wall. Yeah, beautiful. We'll unrevolve our pyramid or triangle, look at our front foot, and step to forward folds. Let the head be heavy again. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Bending our knees, inhaling to chair. Let's bring those hands across to opposite earlobes. And exhale, come up. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, up. Inhale, back. Just one more. We'll release the earlobes, come all the way up. And bring our hands back behind us. Chest expansion. Again, open up across the heart. Wonderful. All right, so now our left foot will be staying up towards the top of our mat. I'll be shifting our right foot back into our warrior two. So the right heel's going down. I'll go this way, actually. Your left knee's bending and our chest is open. And then actively reaching through our fingertips. Bending your left knee. Pressing into both of our feet. Closing our eyes, bringing our awareness within. Noticing a breath. Maybe noticing 2 or 3. It's okay if you lose track. Shoulders relax from the ears. Bending our left elbow, placing it on our left knee, reaching our right arm up into our side angle on this side. We're here for about 10 breaths. Adding in any modifications that you want to. If you wanted to reach long or hands down, inside or outside of our leg, or a block. Moving into triangle pose now, straightening out that front leg, bringing the left hand to the inside of the left calf and the right hand to reach up. Or our left hand is on a block or the chair in front of us. Breathing. If we're taking care of that shoulder, honor it by tucking that top arm back. Looking down at our front foot, we'll take the front foot now and point it towards the long edge of our mat, so the long wall on the side, and move into our wide leg forward fold, facing the other direction. So your head hanging down and maybe facing the windows. And then we can add our modifications here. If you're taking care of balance, or if you're taking care of feeling dizzy, we'll keep our head up. If you'd like to add a little more on, you could reach your peace fingers for your big toes, pulling you closer into your pose. Again, always modifying to feel the moment and to honor the body. And a final option, if anyone wants to bring their hands to their hips or move into chest expansion. That's our other option today. Wonderful. Looking over at that left foot again and turning the left toes back up towards me. We'll lift our back heels. We bend our left knee and push to forward fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Folding, breathing out. Inhale, sweeping all the way up. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale to chair. Holding our chair pose here before we move into our eagle on the other side. Choosing wherever you want to have your hands today, right at your heart center or reaching long. We're taking a seat. If you are using a chair for chair pose, you want to be right on the edge of it so that you still have to balance a little bit. Let's straighten out, come into mountain pose and move into our eagle on the other side. So if you're going to use your block, you'll bring that guy over to your left side. If you're using your chair for balance, it comes onto the right side. And we settle into our eagle on this side. So we'll walk this foot around and maybe place it on the block, or even have the block kind of back so that you have to try to reach back a little bit for it. And then bending that left leg. So it takes a little bit of modifications there. Wonderful. So let's bring that right elbow forward and the left elbow goes underneath. We'll lift them up and give ourselves a little hug or our eagle arms. Finding your breath again. This one's especially tough to close your eyes, so I'd recommend if you're feeling wobbly to keep them open. Let's lift up, take this right foot back. So about 3 or 4 feet, about 3 feet. Create some space so that you're on your train tracks. Find our hips again. The hips shift back as the head is reaching forward. A little softness in the front knees, not to lock it. Being mindful never to press on that front knee. And we can do our pyramid pose either with our chair in front of us or a block. Or if you wanted a little more, you can bring your hands down towards the floor. Honoring your body today, making sure to listen to our bodies. Tell us a lot if we listen. From here, you can stay and enjoy your pyramid pose. If this is something that really feels nice for you, or we'll move into our revolved triangle. So the left, pardon me, your right foot will go out just slightly so it turns more towards the long edge of your mat. Your right hand will come either to the floor or a block in front of your foot on the inside or the outside. And then we'll revolve, reaching the left arm up or tucking it back behind us. You can look wherever you want to or keep your eyes closed. All right, if we are looking up, we'll take our gaze back down to that front foot. We'll unrevolve our triangle, lift our back heel, bend our front knee, and step to forward fold. Exhale. Amazing. Halfway lift, breathing in, folding, breathing out. Let's sweep all the way up. Inhale. Holding here in our extended mountain, but not holding our breath, still breathing. Rooting down into the earth to rise up. So it's important, and I need to remind myself a lot too, whenever you're reaching for something up top on the top shelf, to root down into the feet at the same time. And forward fold, and we soften the knees as we fold. We'll be stepping back now to all fours on an inhale. And exhaling, flowing through a few rounds of cat and cow. Exhaling cat, inhaling cow. Modifications if you're taking care of your wrists. We'll have a block under our forearm. or you could come right down onto your forearms on the floor. We'll lower down into puppy pose. So our elbows come kind of where our hands were, right underneath our shoulders, and our hands are in front of us. Opening our chest towards the floor, and we can look back at our knees. Taking it back to child's pose, if that feels okay for you. So now the hips reach back towards our heels. We can massage our forehead down in towards Mother Earth. And inhale back to all fours. And now we'll take a seated position, sweeping one hip down onto the mat, adjusting our clothes if we need to. I told you guys already I had my pants inside out in the last class. Good golly. All right. It's these patterns, yeah. It's not much different, but it is different. All right. So a forward fold class, right? Wouldn't be this a forward fold class without a classic forward fold. So we've got some space there. Or you have a bend in your knees. It's okay to bend your knees if it feels better for you, and reach the heart towards your knees. And then if you wanted to walk your heels out, you could, or you can keep them bent. Breathe. Wherever you want to have a block or a chair in front of you, we can let our heads be heavy once we have found that little point of resistance. But if you're taking care of your neck, you can keep your neck nice and long. Love it. Okay, let's walk it up. And we're coming up, bending our right leg, your right leg. So a little different of our forward fold. Let's bring our chest inside of the leg, and the knee comes to the outside of the elbow somewhere, or the shoulder, or anywhere. What I want to think about, or what we want to think about, is keeping it hugged into the body. So if you need to walk your foot out a bit, that's okay. Wonderful. So now we reach for this toe. And anyone who's feeling like they want to tie themselves up into a little pretzel, we'll try a bind. So your right hand will reach forward. Now this is just an option. Then the thumb will turn down. Hug our knee in and reach back. Just kind of pat yourself anywhere. You might not even get past here, and that's okay. And then the other hand, same thing. Thumb leads the way. And we're kind of trying to bring our hands together at the back. Honestly, it is a challenge. Yeah. A belt is really helpful on this one too, something to hold on to. All right, let's bring it up. Wonderful. Wide leg forward fold. Now we'll take our legs nice and wide, turn our toes up. Again, you could have a bend in your knees here. They don't have to be flat, and we'll reach forward. Anchoring through our sit bones, so our backside is still pressing down into the earth. But if that didn't feel great, you could be on your block doing your fold like this. So you don't have to. There's lots of modifications for your hips. Yes, see? Empower yourself with props. Oh. All right, let's walk it in. Bend your right knee again and let it fall out to the side. Or support that amazing knee ligaments with a block. And we'll be reaching our left hand for our left foot or our knee. Open up across the chest. And this other arm can either reach up or it can reach long. You can use gravity here to bring the left side of your rib basket towards your thigh. Feels good. Bring it on up, my friends. That other foot's going to go forward now. And we'll be doing our bind or our forward fold on this side. So draw the knee in, bring our body inside of this knee. So try to work towards bringing the knee on the outside of the body. It doesn't have to be on your shoulder like mine. Then we lengthen and reach forward. All the while drawing that leg into the body. And then if you want to try a bind, tie yourself up. Your left hand goes forward first. So think of lengthening first, then the thumb goes. That kind of helps you be able to bend your elbow. And then you pat your backside or your thigh or wherever it is. The other hand reaches back. I feel like, is it close, Jane? Yeah. It's got to be close. Or me. Yeah, my arms are not long enough either. I'm going with that same thing. Oh, it feels good. That's lifted up. Our wide leg forward fold again. Modifying if you need to, or actually, you know what, guys? Let's go into butterfly. I feel like that might be a little nicer on our hips here. Soles of the feet come to give each other a nice little kiss. And of course, our folding today. So we're folding forward. Stretching our backs today. Stretching right from our heels to the back of our head. Breathe. You can use your hands to draw yourself a little deeper down, or you can stay where you are, honoring your breath, feeling gravity. Try to relax the hips. Amazing. Let's walk it up. I just don't want to make sure we did the right that other side. So keeping your left knee bent and then extending the right leg for our side bends now. So we hinge towards ribs towards thigh, and the other arm either is up or you've got it safely tucked back behind you. Breathe. So this is another pose that a strap can be really handy because you could put it around your foot. Amazing. Let's lift it up. Do our butterfly one more time, just to even ourselves out. You can draw the heels towards the groin and hinge forward. Breathing. Every exhalation, an opportunity to sink a little deeper, an opportunity to let go of tension or any thoughts that keep coming back that aren't serving you in a good way. Oh, wonderful. Let's walk the hands back up. Take the hands to the outsides of the knees. One more forward fold. We'll see how we are feeling now on our fold, reaching up. Actively reaching up and then hinging forward. I think we tried this last week. You could try it with a block to put that block as far as you can, somewhere around your feet, and just notice where it is today. Love it. Let's walk it up. Add a little twist on today, bending our right knee now. taking it to the inside or the outside of our left knee. And then a modification if you want to. So it's a little more sensation to bend the other knee and bring it down. So you can be there or here. So bending or straightening that leg. Then our left hand will wrap around either just our knee, or we'll work towards grabbing that leg, pulling it in, or the elbow coming to the outside of the knee. So many options. So do what feels good for you today. Lengthening, anchoring. Let's unwind our necks and our chest, and we'll do that twist on the other side. Bending the knee, and then choose where we want this foot to be, down on the inside of the leg or the outside, still lengthening, and then choosing if you want to tuck it in or not. And then using our hand to draw our chest around, our backhand presses into the earth, and we choose what feels nice for our twist. Being nice to your back. Softening our shoulders. On an inhale, let's bring our chin around, our chest around. Unwrap our legs, and we'll roll back onto our back. So make sure that you don't have a chair or anything there that you're gonna go down onto. Draw the knees into our chest. And that wonderful rock side to side. Probably one of the best parts of practice right here. That nice self-massage. So we've done a lot of stretching through our back. Now we're going to counter stretch or counter that with a strengthener. So let's place the soles of the feet, and that strengthener will be bridge. Soles of the feet go down onto the earth about a foot or two from our backside. And then we pressing into both of our feet, lifting up our hips into our bridge pose. Modifications here are to make it more restorative by sliding a block underneath our hips. We've got no weight in our head. Our shoulder blades are feeling and supporting our body. Some space across our collarbones. Strengthening that whole back now. We stretched it so nicely with today's practice. Slowly lowering our backside back down onto the earth. Wonderful. Let's bend our knees or lift our feet up now. Bring our knees to 90 degrees. So the shins are becoming parallel with the floor. We're gonna try to bring the awareness to our core. So the hips, or pardon me, the knees are stacked on our hips. So they're not pulled in towards the belly. And one way to do this is to take your hands and push your knees until you can't quite touch your knees anymore. And then you're at around 90, depending on how long our arms are. Then we'll open up our wings now. Palms facing up towards the sky. So if you wanted more sensation, you'd be straightening out your legs. And then we'll move into our twist, dropping our knees to one side. Maybe they stop on a block. And again, modifications could be to straighten out all our legs or just even our top leg. If we do have our legs straight now, we'll bend them back. Bring some awareness and engagement to your core, and then lift our knees back up to 90 degrees. Check in with if they've creeped back towards your belly, and then Slowly lower our hips over to the other side. Or sorry, not your hips, your knees. Thank goodness you can read my mind. Choosing today if you would prefer to straighten out your legs or keep them bent. Feeling space in our chest. And when you're ready, let's engage the core, bring the knees back to chest. Draw now, the knees can come in towards the belly. We'll take our little rock side to side. Making our way into our Shavasana today for the last 10 minutes or so of our practice. So if you're taking care of your back, you can put the soles of the feet down on the earth, walk the feet out, and let the knees fall back towards each other. If you've got a bolster, you can put that bolster underneath your knees or put the bolster underneath your back. Whatever works. If anyone would care for an eye cover, I can bring it for you, or bolster or block so you don't have to get up. What would you like, Linda? Bolster. So this one wasn't used and it still has the pillowcase on, so you're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like an eye cover?
Yes.
If anyone else would like an eye cover, I'll bring those around. You can just raise your hands. You are welcome. Settling into the support of our mats, the support of Mother Earth beneath our bodies. Feeling and noticing our backs today. Noticing where our body is now connecting down into the earth, where the mat is touching our skin. Feeling the support of the earth beneath us. Imagining our body. Sometimes a good body awareness practice that you can use. You can imagine yourself very small and you're walking around your body, just checking out how you're feeling. You're walking around your feet, noticing any tension there. And if you do, focusing the breath and releasing that tension. Taking a little walk all around your whole body. Noticing without judgment, just noticing. Feeling all areas of our body soften. Our lower body softening and feeling heavy. Our torso softening, feeling heavy. Our arms softening, feeling heavy. Our head and our neck softening, feeling heavy. Our face relaxing. Our eyes resting, Noticing the heaviness of our eyelids. Our nostrils, our jaws. Staying in our Shavasana for a few more moments. Before we come out of our Shavasana today, a few affirmations and a quote from today's book is called The Wit and Wisdom of Wild Women. I will stop comparing myself to others. You can repeat those quietly in your mind. I will stop comparing myself to others. I know that I am a beautiful person. I am internally validated. In a quote today from Edith Wharton, the first woman to win a Pulitzer Prize for fiction. There are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Let's bring our kind and gentle awareness to our hands and our feet, our ankles, our wrists, our elbows, our knees, just a nice noticing. You can make small movements, moving our head side to side too, if that feels okay for you. Stretching from our fingertips to our toes. If you want to stretch the whole front of your body, we stretch the back really well today in our folding practice. Rolling over onto one side, take your time once you get there. You can find a breath or two there. Really noticing those last breaths of practice until we can make our way up to our easy seat. There's no rush. You can sit on or off your bolsters. Breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, drawing our hands to heart. Letting go of that need to compare ourselves today to others. Exhale, hands to heart. And a little bow forward. If that feels nice for you, it should. Because of the folding. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for practicing with me and starting your week with me together. Have a great day. You're welcome. Bye, Pauline. Have a good day.